What defines a Soulslike? Is it the difficulty? The dodging paired with the iframes? The brutal deaths. Well, here's my description of what makes a Soulslike, so you'll understand why I'm picking these games to review. The first thing that comes to mind is the in-depth boss designs with multiple ways of defeating the said boss. And of course the game can have one or two gimmick bosses, but even then the overall idea of the game remains. The second thing are the brutal, punishing deaths, where you lose your currency to the ground, and if you die the second time, you lose it for real, with the exception of special mechanics like items or spells. The third is intricate map design that invites you to explore in order to progress not only storylines but also your character. The fourth are the bonfire checkpoints. You can call them graces, lanterns, crystals, or whatever you want to. To me, it will always be bonfires, where you level up, heal your character, organize your items, and catch a breather. And last but not least is that you only have one currency. No such things as EXP and gold, but souls, and you spend your souls to buy a house in Miami, where you're going to spend more souls to pay your mortgage, and you're gonna spend the rest of your days in souls debt. And that is all for my Soulslike description. I could add that Soulslike have awesome music and a neat minimalistic way to tell their story, but I don't think that would be fair to delegate these characteristics only to one genre, when I believe they were well utilized way before Demon Souls was even a thing. Anyways, enjoy a second intro, now to the video. Before I start grading, a quick disclaimer. Yes, Black Myth Wukong does not check every single box from my What Makes a Souls-like list from the series intro. But it does have bosses, interconnected map design, and the bonfire checkpoint system. That's 3 out of 5, good enough for me. It also showed me how other games can build an incredible experience just by borrowing a few layers from the From Software delicious cake recipe. Now, what can I say about Wukong that hasn't already been said since its release? Nothing really, it is a masterpiece. At first I thought it would have some optimization issues, my old PC sure made it seem that way, crashing left and right, but after I upgraded my setup, it ran beautifully. There was some minor FPS drops here and there, but that's probably my rig, not really the game. So with all that in mind, let's jump into the grading. So, if you're watching this, I'm guessing you're a Souls player. So yeah, bosses are the main course here, and they do deliver. These bosses feel like peak Souls design. Visually stunning, narratively meaningful, and mechanically satisfying. The only downside, in quote marks, is that they're a bit on the easier side, especially since dying isn't heavily punished. But difficulty aside, they're all memorable fights. And if you're looking for a real challenge, you can always go for the Gauntlets and its challenges. But back to the story bosses, the final boss and the alternate ending boss actually are quite a challenge. So if you play through the game like me, expecting everything to be kind of easy, those will get ya, believe me. The mobs deserve praise too. They're balanced, varied, and actually feel like they're part of the world, and not just some filler mobs. Bosses and mobs, 5 out of 5. Okay, this is where Wukong kind of stumbles a bit. It isn't a deal breaker, but the invisible walls were kind of a letdown. In a Souls-like, exploration should feel more organic, and invisible barriers is kind of the opposite. Still, the maps are gorgeous, intricate, and invite exploration. So while not perfect, they are far from bad. Map design, 4 out of 5. Sit down, kid, let me show you how to tell a story. That's what this game feels like it's trying to say to me. Building on top of one of China's most beloved legends, a story that inspired Dragon Ball and Inuyasha among others, Black Myth Wukong nails it. It feels like a respectful continuation of the original tale, adapted seamlessly into a modern game. Honestly, I don't know if that's luck or genius, but it is brilliant. I actually found myself wanting to replay just to catch more details, then falling down a rabbit hole of lore videos on YouTube and Journey to the West research. The lore? Chef's kiss, 5 out of 5. Here the game strays again from traditional Souls design, but in a good way. There aren't tons of weapons, but you don't need them. What you do get is a variety of spirit abilities, basically spells or skills, that add creativity and strategy to every fight. You can combo abilities, transform into new forms with unique movesets and health bars, and experiment with different playstyles. It's not about weapon variety, it's about build diversity. And the game nails it. Weapons and magic, another perfect score. 5 out of 5. The balance felt spot on throughout my playthrough. Nothing felt unfair or broken. Sure, some bosses are tougher than the others. Looking at you, present-day Tiger Vanguard. But it never felt like the game was testing my patience instead of my skill. Compared to Millennia, Gale, or Radon level difficulty, not quite there. But it's consistent, smooth, and fun. And that's what matters. Balance, 5 out of 5. With its cinematic tone, Black Myth Wukong absolutely nails the soundtrack. Every track, from ambient background pieces to epic boss themes, enhances the story and the atmosphere perfectly. Seriously, go listen to the OST on YouTube after this, you'll get it. Music, 5 out of 5. This game is great, way better than what I expected, and I expected a lot. I think it's crazy that its hype died down so fast, considering how incredible it is. It's even more incredible when you realize it was made by a relatively small team. They started with 7 people and even by launch only had around 130. That is wild, given the quality here. Yes, it demands a lot from your hardware, but if you can run it, you absolutely should. This game will stand the test of time. I can see people in the future rediscovering it and doing challenge runs and speed runs with it. My final grade is going to be a 4.85 out of 5. I could round it up to be a perfect 5, but I won't. because I truly believe this team can push even further, whether in a sequel or a DLC. And it's going to be our first game in the S tier. Here you go, little fella. And the last argument of it all, it's a Monkey Souls. What more do you want? Go play it now. Bye bye.